Hey, it is Coach Darcy here on this lovely Friday. I hope that you are having a great start to your day because the morning started out absolutely gorgeous. It's starting to get a little gloomy right now, but hey, listen, I'm excited that Mr. Groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil here, did not see his shadow, according to the news, and I'm pretty stoked about that. While you hop on here, as you hop on here, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from, what platform you're watching from. And I would love to have you also like, follow, and share. I do random lives. I go through spurts of work, and then I'm like, this would be a good topic. Today, I yesterday had the topic in mind. I just needed to kind of sort it out in my head. So, if you would, I would love to see. Good morning, my friend. How are you doing? So anyway, we are going to be talking about why February makes you frustrated. For me, there's several things that makes me frustrated about February. And first of all, it's not being able to say it properly. February, goodness. February is a very unique month because it is obviously after January. January is like the full steam motivated month, and you are ready for that spring to happen because Christmas and the holidays are all over. You realize that over the holidays that you may have over consumed food. You are in a weird funk. The holidays had you on a holiday high, and January was kind of like the month of, well, I'm gonna motivate myself. I'm gonna get to the gym. I'm gonna work off all these things that I just gained over this holiday. So that is January. February. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of January and the beginning of February is that month of doom and gloom, I'm going to say. You may have made yourself go to the gym at least 3 to 5 times a week at the beginning of January. And then things started to happen. That motivation, that thing called motivation, was starting to just plummet down. And you're wondering what's wrong with you. Well, I had the motivation up front. What's wrong with me? My friend, there's nothing wrong with you. The fact is that the end of January, the beginning of February is the time in the season where the sun's been gone for a while and we can't necessarily feel like energized to go outside because it's too cold or things start to still pile up. Life is still happening. But then we realize how much the lack of sun, the lack of, being able to go outside in nature is really devastating to our bodies and our modes. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of that. What's your plans this weekend? What are you doing? For me, I am I am venturing out into the thing called ice camp. I'm gonna stop holding that because I'm gonna tap that the whole time. Um, and ice camp for our church is for the youth. I am a youth leader. For We have a life group, leaders, different age groups, and I've got some high school girls that are in 10th and 11th grade, and they're amazing. So we're going to ice camp, a huge shindig, a lot of lack of sleep, and and unknowns of food choices. When somebody changes their lifestyle and tries to eat better, we don't do a great job for our youths because our youths, they like to eat the things that are provided for them, the candies, the chips, the carb loaded donuts, and all those, and let's not even get me started on the energy drinks and the sodas and all the things that are amazing for us. No, don't don't take me out of that. I was being sarcastic. So For this camp, I have myself prepared um, a lunchbox type thing, cooler full of my things that I need for this trip. So I know that I'm going to be able to have certain things for the meals, but I know that there's going to be times where I think especially last year at the end of the weekend, that's when they brought out the donuts and all the pastries and all the carbs, like the high carbs, like not the complex carbs that we like, but that was the breakfast. And and then lunch is a very like a sandwich to go. So like it's not all peachy keen. So I come prepared. That's my preparation for this ice camp, as well as my coffee, my electrolytes, and things to get those energies that this gal needs. So it's going to be a blast. So let's walk into what my topic says. Why February makes you frustrated. That's a fun title, Darce. Why February makes you frustrated. Um, I I go to the gym probably minimum of three days a week, and then I have a high intensity hit class that I typically do today. And then boot camp style hit class. Then I go to the gym and do strength training. I do 2 days of strength training. I wholeheartedly believe how important strength training is. I also believe that hit is amazing for a mixture of cardio and strength training. So it is that what it's doing to your heart is it's making your heart go fast with cardio and then working your muscles. So it's doing it's like the best exercise in my opinion out there because it hits all the good parts, your muscles and your heart. I'm not a big fan of running. That's not my thing. Cardio is, how do I put this kindly? Terrible. It was very kind. That terrible was a very kind way of saying how much I loathe cardio. But I know it's beneficial, right? So when I'm going to the gym, and just a disclaimer, I'm not certified in the weight training world. Everybody can be a profession in the weight in the gym, but not really. You got to be certified. Those people that are trainers, they know what the muscles are, they know what they're doing, for the most part. So I lean on a lot of studying what these trainers are telling us. Scientifically, it's been proven that HIIT workout is the best type of workout for my lifestyle, which is a keto, lower carb lifestyle. So let's enter into why are we frustrated in February? Well, a lot of people go into the gym in January because, like I said at the beginning, they're ready to like get at it, get all those calories burned off that they gained over the holiday season, and then they're motivated, even though this is like a cycle that they can't seem to get out of. They're not understanding necessarily why this doesn't necessarily work. Going into the gym and then eating salads, yeah, that might work up front, but then long term, you're gonna start to be kind of hangry. You're gonna be your body's telling you like, hey, listen, I need these certain nutrients, and you're not giving them to me with just salad and eating low fat things. There's a lot of frustration when you go to the gym and you're working out. Yeah, you're getting stronger. You're building an amazing foundation underneath on top of your bones. And you're lifting, but by golly, if you have a thing called insulin resistance, that's going to still stay there. That's not going to go away. So body composition, like your idea of what your body's supposed to do. You can see people working out 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week, and their bodies are still have that gut, that dad bod. I'm talking mainly with guys, the dad bod gut, or there's like this stubborn belly fat that just won't go away. So you think that you're doing something wrong. You get frustrated. Well, that's one way. One reason why we get frustrated because we work super hard in the gym and we're not seeing the results that we want to. Not only is the scale going up, but you're not really seeing anything. You're strong, you feel good, but there's something happening. There's a disconnect. So we're going to slide into, okay, the next step of when you get frustrated is to build on top of that. When you're in a place like Indiana or Ohio or Michigan or any of the northern states, and apparently even in Florida right now, like they haven't seen a good amount of sun for a really long time. When the sun is gone, we are not getting the adequate amount of vitamin D that our body needs. And it's a natural form of vitamin D. It's the purest form of vitamin D. That is a great source of energy, and we are not seeing it. We are shutting ourselves inside the house because, for one, it's cold, and two, the sun's not out. So we're not getting that energy and motivation. So not only are we working out and not seeing results, but we're also losing motivation because our energy is depleted because we're not getting that natural vitamin D. So that means your motivation starts to plummet again. So all of these things are chain link responses, reactions to the initial wanting to get healthy, wanting to get ready for the springtime, wanting to fit into that lovely bathing suit or swim trunks that, when spring break comes, you want to be in tip-top shape. That's why a lot of times when we go to, spring break, we're up for tanning because by golly, we cannot go on spring break all pasty white because we've been shutting ourselves inside the house, right? So we're doing a lot of emotional, mental processing too. Our skin's getting pale. We're not seeing the sun. We're not seeing the results in the gym, and we're working hard and we're getting frustrated on top of the normalized chaos that we have in our life. So to me, that makes my heart have a little anxiety. It makes me feel like, wow, what's the point? That's when that motivation, those emotions start to those negative emotions start to rise, and you're like, well, crud, I mean, what's the point? I'd rather just snuggle inside and be in bed or not do anything while eating this tub of ice cream. What's the point if I'm not doing anything in the gym? I might as well eat this tub of ice cream or these chocolates or cookies. I mean, these younger people that are apparently health coaches say that I can eat the things that I like, and and feel good about myself. Cool. How's that working out for you? That's my question. How's that working out for you? Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to share one little snippet with you. Just a thinker, one of those thinkers. Just sit on it and think about it. The people that are telling you, oh, you can eat whatever you want. You just have to fill in the blank, A, B, and C. Have they ever been overweight in their life? One. Overweight. One. Have they ever? What's my second one? I had a brain fart. They're dissing on people that have to do certain things certain ways because the second one is they're older. As we age, friends, there's something in my closet that just fell. As we age, my friends, things start to stop working the way they used to. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but things just stop working. For example, our human growth hormone is another one. It is one that just kind of stops at the age of 30. I don't know, when I hit 30, I felt like I was clotheslined of this thing called age. And I was like, what just happened? The night before, I was still young. I was still in my 20s. and I was thriving and I was able to keep up with life. And then this next day I turned 30 and what happened to me? We start to decline at a certain age. So things don't work the way it does for somebody that is a younger fitness coach. We start to lose muscle mass. We start to become insulin resistant. We start to become old. But let me tell you, age doesn't have anything to do with this when you choose the right things in the right season that you're in. Some say, oh, yeah, you shouldn't ever have to take bread out of life. You shouldn't ever have to do that. Well, listen, bread in the United States is not like the bread overseas. It's not. It's not created the same way. It doesn't work the same way. It just doesn't work. Plus, we are not walking everywhere where they do overseas. They walk everywhere. So we're not only loving the convenience of life, but we're thinking that, in the Bible or back in the day, they used to eat apples. I used to eat this way all the time. Well, no, they've enhanced our apples. They've enhanced our wheat. If it has wheat, we don't eat anymore. Like we can't because it's not good for our bodies. So in certain seasons of our life, it's usually as we get older, we have to change things up and we have to eat the way our bodies need to be fed. So if you are becoming insulin resistant, if you are, nearing that type 2 diabetic world, if you are perimenopausal or going into menopause, there are seasons in our life where we've got to change up how we eat and what we eat. And the thing is, and some may be like, well, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say because people will only hear part of what I say. Listen to this. Your body gets glucose spikes, right? That's what it's supposed to do. But there's times when we are overfeeding, overdoing, where we're constantly overflowing the amount of insulin that our body's creating. Because in the presence of insulin, you cannot lose weight. You're going to be your pancreas is creating this insulin for good things, but when we are constantly eating, when we are constantly making our body process and make this insulin, we then become a storage house for fat because it doesn't know what to do with it. Your body's not going to be like, oh, we have too much, we got to poop it out. It's not going to do that. It's going to be like, oh, we have too much, we got a lot. And usually if there's a lot of something that your body has, it's usually going to turn it into fat and store it as fat. So that's when, we've got to take a look at those things. Like, are we constantly eating? And if you say no, well, think about your day. Are you adding creamer and sweeteners? Are you going to the Starbucks and having those fancy drinks that are chock full of sugar and creamer? Are you having a handful of, something in between your breakfast and lunch? Are you having your lunch and then, in between lunch, you had a small salad and then you were hungry. So a little bit later, you had another something. Every time that you are putting something in your mouth that is spiking your insulin, you are doing as such. You are spiking your insulin. So all that being said, is that when we do this to ourselves, we then have the idea of, well, I'm gaining weight, the scale's going up, I need to go to the gym. We got to do it. Got to add it to my schedule. Not only are you stressed out to try to find time to go to the gym, especially when you don't really want to go to the gym, you are now setting yourself up and thinking that exercise alone is going to get this weight off. It might have done that when you were younger in your teens and lower 20s, but by golly, you're in a season that's not going to work for much longer if it's working for you now. Yes, I want to say this again. Building muscles, going to the gym is so important. I forgot to say what I was going to say about the glucose. I want to say that real quick. When you're consuming something like an apple, which you're eating an apple, or if you choose to have a chocolate bar, your body is not going to know the difference eventually, because everything that your body consumes turns into glucose. It turns into a sugar. That's where that insulin spike happens. Your body's not going to know the difference in the glycemic index spike that's happening in your body. It will know nutrients wise. Let me say it. That's why I said listen. It will know the difference in the nutrients, but it's not going to know the difference in the sugar. It's not. So keep that in mind when you are eating a giant bowl of fruit salad, or you could have a candy bar. It's not going to know any different because it's going to have your fructose, which it turns into the sugar, or you're going to have the sugar cane, which then again is sugar. So, and bread's the same thing. Everything that you eat turns into glucose. Anyway, so then going back to the gym. Sorry, you got to follow me here. It's the end of the week. You got to follow me here. So we're going to the gym, right? It's where we're going to start working out. We're going to work hard doing that, 1 to 5 times a day to the gym and not seeing results again. We're seeing results in strength because going to the gym is a great foundation. You feel stronger. You get more energy. You start your pumping. The happy hormones in your brain. All those things are so beneficial. But if you are not seeing results in the gym the way you want with your body physique, it's going to have to say it comes down into the kitchen. And I say this meaning the importance of what you are consuming. Yes. And no, it's not going to be low calorie. It's not going to be fat-free things. That's not going to do you any good either. Because the fat-free things are so chock full of sugar because of how much it's processed. Have you ever looked at milk before? Low-fat milk. Have you ever looked at the nutrition label for low-fat milk? Have you ever looked at the nutrition label for anything that says low fat? Because if you have, then you will see how much sugar is in those foods. They've stripped away all the good things that make you feel full, that are beneficial for your body. They've stripped it all away, and mentally you can tell yourself, yeah, this is fat-free. I can eat as much of this as I want. And you're going to eat the whole bag because it's not going to fill you up. So it comes down to the kitchen and understanding what is a good choice of food and what is a terrible choice of food. And then when you go to the gym, you can have amazing results. For me, I'm working on, I was 200 and I was rocking the 220 pounds. I don't know if anybody else can relate when they're up in the scale like that, and then you just stop stepping on the scale because you know that, well, it's going to be 220 pounds. I'm probably going to be, what's the point of being on the scale? I don't want to see it. It's kind of like a denial process. I don't know if anybody else can relate to that, but when I was 220 pounds, I was in denial. So who knows? That was the heaviest that I actually saw, but I don't know if I was any heavier than that. I possibly could have been. But once I lost a lot of the weight, you're going to have the extra skin. You're going to have the extra flap, and it's going to take a minute, just like your lifestyle change, to start to adapt to how you're eating. Your body's going to adapt to your new body. So it's going to take a minute. Long term is okay. We are in this world of, we've got to look thin and amazing, super fast, super quick. That's why all these weight loss shots, all these weight loss pills, all these weight loss meal plans are here because they know we want convenience. We want to look sexy and hot at the beach during the summertime in our swimsuits when we were, probably 20 to 30 pounds heavier 2 months ago. We want convenience. We want to be our 16-year-old selves again. That is us being in denial. But when we form a healthy foundation, when we focus on what food choices are going to be best for our bodies, Let me say that again. When we are focused on food choices for our bodies, not our neighbor's body, not the girl that's never had, fat on her body before, not for our personal body, then we're going to see the results. We're going to have the energy. We're going to be able to focus on building muscle, but have a sturdy foundation of knowing that my nutrition is spot on and I can focus on building these muscles in the right way at the right time. So February, let's go back to that. February, when we get frustrated in February, it's because we've hit the rock bottom. Emotionally, physically, sometimes even spiritually, we are just in rock bottom because emotionally we are a mess. We are so focused on how we feel, how our mind is working, that we just, or not working, that we just kind of give up. So my point here is today, and to share this with you, is that not only is this my busy season, this is not only Coach Monica's busy season, because people are realizing I tried to do it on my own and now I need help. We are here, and there's nothing wrong with the help that you need. Accountability is our top, not selling point, but kind of our top selling point in our group calls. Having a group of people realizing, you know what, I'm not the only one in this world feeling this way. The social media is making me feel terrible about myself because I'm not fit and trim yet. And I don't have a body of a toothpick that's all muscular and has 15 abs. And I'm doing the same moves that they are. And I'm doing all these, low key things that people are telling me to do. But the social media is a liar. That's what it is. It's a liar. Realization that there are people that are struggling with the same things. Not everybody's going to struggle like this. So if this is not for you and you don't struggle like this, then there's probably another way, another program that works best for you. But when you are just at your wit's end, by golly, I remember that day when I was at my wit's end at 220 pounds. I was done. I was absolutely done. I saw somebody who was small and said that they were overweight, and they said, this works, you should try this. I tried it, and I spent a lot of money, and it didn't work. I've done exercise 5 days a week, thinking, oh, well, these people look fit and trim. I can do this too. I'm going to put my all in it, and then realize nothing changed other than the fact that I had maybe a little bit more energy, or I felt good in my head for a little bit. But the physique was still the same. I struggled. And then I had that aha moment of like, something needs to change. I'm not being a good mom for my kids because I am just tired. I keep giving them busy work because I have no energy for them. I wanted to be different. And so my health choices right around the fact that I needed to be not only a better mom for my kids and be there with the energy. Yesterday was rough because they wanted to play basketball because it was 51 degrees. When somebody's allergic to the cold, like I am, not really, like I tell myself I am, and they want to play basketball, by golly, go stink and put on a coat and go outside with them. That's where I was. And back in the day, I wouldn't have done it. But yesterday, we did. I did it because I had the energy. Most of the time, I just didn't want to be out in the cold, but it was 51 degrees out. So anyway, point is that making long-term choices, investing in the future you, is not a waste of time. You know what the waste of time is? Convenience. Convenience is a waste of time. Going into, the world of doing whatever all these other people do that have never seen an ounce of fat on their body and have amazing abs, not, I mean, that's probably not the program for you. They're younger. They probably have a different body physique. They have a different, I don't know. There's probably something else going on that you can't see. But anyway, the point is investing in the future you with your food choices first. And then working on the body, mind, and spirit all together at the same time will give you that balance, that safety net that I'm speaking about. So when you become frustrated, don't give up. There's just another option for you. If you can't see yourself in this, eating a certain way that maybe you're thinking towards, like if you're thinking about joining a program and you can't see yourself doing this long term, then by golly, you're going to probably waste a lot of money. And usually money is the reason why people do or do not join a coaching group, because they're like, well, I can't afford a coach. I can't afford doing this. If you can afford going and getting a shot, if you can go and afford going through the drive-through at Starbucks, if you can go and afford, a meal plan, then by golly, you can afford a coach. And the reason why a coach is a better deal is because you are learning a new way of life, being able to just have this long-term knowledge that you can apply to an amazing safety net. And you don't have to depend on anything other than eating certain foods for yourself. That's just kind of how it goes. A kind of luxury day today, I suppose. But my point is, when you are frustrated in February, now is the time to get some coaching done. Prepare yourself for, if you have, 50 to 100 pounds to lose, mark out a year. That is the healthy way of losing the weight. You are seeing people's before and afters all over the internet. You don't know how long it took them to get there. And if it was a quick way, how long is it going to take them to not be like that anymore? I never want to do, talk about before and afters, because for me, my journey had definitely had a before, but my journey right now has a during for a long period of time, because I don't have an after. I'm not done. I'm in a season of improving my gut health constantly. I'm in a season of, improving my strength at the gym. I'm in the point of working mentally on the emotions that I carry still. So I'm constantly working, because they all go hand in hand. If you think a lifestyle is just about weight loss, then that's all you're going to do. And then it's going to come back. And so that being said, don't give up. Don't give up. Maybe it's just something that you need a little help, a little boost. And Coach Monica and I will get in the mud with you. We will sit in the mud with you until you are ready to get out of the mud. And if you're ready to go, we're ready to go. We know the way out. We've been there. We've walked those footsteps. We know where to go. So if you would, there's a QR code at the top corner here, and it is the thing that will show you or the website will give you a place, and this QR code will give you a place. It will take you to our website. It will give an opportunity for a free health assessment. If you think that this is you, then please just sign up for that free call and see what program would be best for you. That being said, I'm not used to having these. These are my blue light glasses. I don't really need glasses because I had LASIK. But these are my blue light glasses because I'm in front of the computer a lot. So we are trying something new, hoping that this is going to help my eyeballs. I didn't even try them on. They're not terrible glasses, but they're not cute either. So anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic Friday. I know I said a lot. Some of it didn't even make sense, which is probably pretty normal for me. So if you have any questions, please go to my website and go scan this QR code. This will give you a lot more information than I may have given today. We'll be back here at 11 o'clock on Tuesday for Coach's Corner. And like I normally say, sometimes we just hop on whenever something's on my mind. Um, but in closing, I want to say this. If you're looking for results and you're not finding them at the gym, there's another way. And if you want to have the answers to that, then make your free health assessment with me, or rewatch all the things that I said today. So um, you can have results, and you can look fly working out or build muscles or whatever you're trying to do, um, when you apply yourself in this type of program. Okay, so I am going to attempt to get off of this thing um, with some sort of closing. I've never really truly figured out how to do this. So bear with me, and I'm going to just do this, and then we'll see how it works. All right. See ya. Bye.